Today I'm gonna be making a delicious Philly cheesesteak, and I got these beautiful ribeyes that I'm gonna slice up. But the first thing I'm gonna do is actually get them in the freezer because I want them to get a little bit harder, and it'll allow me to make some really thin slices. So I'm gonna get these wrapped in some plastic wrap, get them in the freezer for just a second, and then I'm gonna pull them out and we're gonna cook them. While we're doing that, I'll prep my other ingredients. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get my onion sliced up. And what I wanna do is cut this right down the middle, okay? And then just kind of move the stuff out the way, of course. And what I'll do is start making some even slices on each side. And you can do this pretty rapidly. What I'm gonna do is actually cut off the ends. And the reason I'm gonna do that, like I said, these are gonna be slices that'll be real simple. And you want to get them as even as possible. And that's pretty much exactly what you want with the onions. You want to make sure, because they're all going to cook up real nicely with the Philly cheesesteak. What I'm going to do is cut off the top, okay? So you cut that off. You cut off the bottom, okay? Then right down there, and then what you can do is get even slices that way. And this guy will come right out, so you don't have to worry about that. Slice it down the middle, okay? And then if you want, you can slice it one more time. Move that stuff out the way. If you want to get rid of the white, you can. It's not necessarily, a big thing. And then we're gonna do just some slices. One thing I can tell you guys, my eyes are still watering from the onion. So sometimes cooking is a part of pain, I guess. All right, so I got the meat out of the freezer. And like I said, I just wrapped it in some plastic wrap, and it's pretty cold, which will be nice because it'll allow me to make some really, really thin cuts without falling apart. And that's exactly what you want in a Philly, because that fat is gonna render down. And the nice thing is, when you cook this, I don't really have to add any oil if I don't want to, but if you want to add maybe butter for extra flavor, you could do that. But you want to get these nice little paper thin cuts. And this is exactly what you want. It's gonna make sure that cooks up real nice. And you could even cut these in half, but I'll have some a spatula that'll help me throughout the process. But these cuts are real nice. All right, so we're gonna get our hoagie roll cut using my serrated knife. That's exactly what you want. I'm gonna get this nice and buttered here on my griddle, a flat top, and be ready to go. All right, so we get the hoagie rolls on the butter, and this is exactly what you want. You want to make sure that butter starts to seep in, get that nice brown crust on the inner part of this hoagie roll. That way, when I put the steak on there, it's not going to be all soggy. You want to make sure that you have a nice vessel for the Philly cheesesteak to sit on. now we're gonna get the cheese on. Some good old provolone cheese. That's exactly what we're gonna use. Get that nice and melted. I mean, come on, man. I know y'all wanna eat this one. All right, let's take a bite of this. I'm laughing because it's everything you want in a Philly. It's got the nice crust on the meat, as you can see here. The cheese dripping off. The peppers are cooked down perfectly. And it's seasoned real simple, but delicious. This right here is like one of those things my wife looks forward to because she don't like to complicate things like I normally do. So perfect sandwich for folks that just want to make something on a weekday. This only took literally about 15 minutes as far as for cook time, but as prep time, it took a little bit longer. Enjoy this one, guys.